Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Katie and thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today we're going to be talking about the new moon in Aquarius happening on January 25, 2025, which the numerology was kind of cool with the 2525. So I looked up what the numerology or significance of 25 is, and it's kind of the combination and the harmonious collision of passion and adventure, which I really like for this new moon, as we'll come to see. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about this new moon in Aquarius. This new moon in Aquarius is on the 9th degree, which is a degree of taking action, which is really great for this new moon. New moons are all about planting seeds and new beginnings. So we are really, just by the degree, and as you'll see later in the video, there's a lot of motivation in this new moon. So the sun and moon that create the new moon is trined Jupiter. So this is a great time for expanding on your horizons, on the possibilities. There is a lot going on there, and they're both in air signs, so it's very intellectually based. And this is also a great time to embrace positivity because Jupiter is really a positive planet. It's very optimistic, sometimes a little too optimistic. I mean, for example, the signs that Jupiter rules over is Sagittarius and Pisces, and I have a Pisces brother and a Sagittarius mother, and they are both some of the most over optimistic people I've ever met. But they have other planets that definitely balance. Anyways, this is also a really cool time, at least that I found when doing my notes, for logical harmony, because the moon is also in this air trine, just like the sun is, that's creating that really optimistic atmosphere with Jupiter. With the moon and Jupiter, it's a lot of harmony between our emotions and our expansion. So maybe things are like clicking for us during this time. And then we have the ruling planet of this new moon, which is Saturn. Saturn is the traditional ruler of Aquarius, and I do like to go off of the traditional rulerships. That's my personal preference when reading astrology charts, events chart, birth charts even. So that's just my personal preference anyways. Saturn in Pisces is in an interesting position with Mars and Jupiter. Saturn is trine Mars, giving us a lot of disciplined motivation. So I wrote down in my notes experience for disciplined growth, which I think also adding in that Saturn is square Jupiter, there's also an expanding and a growth going on as well in in specific areas of our chart. We're probably wherever Gemini and Pisces is, and Mars is in Cancer. So most likely this growth is going to be revolving around where Jupiter is, which is in Gemini. This is the time for us to start really being responsible and leveling up in life. It's time to take the initiative and be more independent. So in these new beginnings, really look at where Aquarius is in your chart, because that will be the area where there's going to be a lot of growth and new beginnings and self-starting. Interesting thing that's happening in Aquarius is Pluto conjunct Mercury, which to me is always a sign of unearthing hidden knowledge, like finding things out that we didn't know before. Since it's in the sign of Aquarius, it's things that we may not have known as a collective. So I don't know, I think it's going to be really interesting. Whatever comes out, keep an eye out. It might be sciencey, techie, something like that. Could be AI related, just because of the correlation so closely with technology, AI, and everything with Aquarius. I do also see this conjunction between Pluto and Mercury being a deepening of our sense of knowledge. Again, look at where Aquarius is in your chart, and we may be finding something new, like some secrets may come out, like I was saying, or just interesting things. So that house, look at which house Aquarius is first, will kind of tell us what lens this interesting information will be. So I also wrote down, be aware of lies. This is a time of deception as well. So kind of like check your sources, be citing things. Yeah, just double check your notes. So there we go. Moving on, there's a really cool, more action in Pisces. This is a very Aquarius and Pisces focused new moon, which they're two of my favorite signs. I absolutely love that that's the energy that we have in the first new moon of the year in 2025. But the conjunction that's going on in Pisces is the North Node, which is kind of our North Star where we're supposed to follow, that kind of thing. And then that's conjunct Neptune, dreams, illusions, things of that type of nature. And then that's conjunct Venus, relationships, beauty. So that is a super dreamy and romantic transit there. That's the word. Not only are we pulled toward these relationships that are really dreamy because we are given the chance to have so much intimacy and quality time with this. This doesn't only correlate to romantic relationships, but it's a great time to spend time with your significant other or your friends. There's all different types of love, and that's actually something that me and my friends have been talking about lately, is the different types of love. And this is a great time to appreciate all of the different types of love. Pisces is totally just a big-hearted, all the different kinds of love Pisces holds within. So don't be afraid to love very large, and enjoy their dreaminess. Speaking of dreaminess, this is probably going to cause a lot of dreams to be occurring. Possible like spiritual awakenings, even maybe like spiritual religious revivals, because Pisces is not just spirituality, it's also rules over religion and that kind of thing. So that's really interesting, I think, as well. We could also be experiencing, because this conjunction of these three placements, the North Node, Neptune, and Venus in Pisces, is sextile Uranus. So we could have, that also adds to the wild dreams, very interesting dreams I could imagine, especially if you are a natural dreamer. I'm sure things are just going to get more crazy the closer we get to this new moon. And also we might have a chance to have new friends, new connections, and social surprises. But there's a lot of passion also being driven into this North Node, Neptune, and Venus conjunction by the trine, also, with Mars. So Mars is also doing a lot of background work here. So we're feeling very passionate about these relationships and dreams and things like that. So my probably biggest takeaway from this new moon is this is a great time to take initiative for new beginnings. Don't be afraid to step out, to do something different, to open your mind. Maybe like read some books on philosophy. I know that sounds crazy, but it totally fits with the North Node action and the Neptune action that's going on, that's encouraging us to be very spiritual. This may be, you turn over a new leaf in your spiritual journey, or you maybe are interested in a new religion. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm also just so intrigued with all of the new information that we are probably going to discover on this new moon. So I'm really honestly excited for this new moon in Aquarius. Not only is it going to be a lunar return for me, I'm an Aquarius moon, and I like my Aquarius moon, I won't lie. But it's just bringing so much independence to us as well with the new starts. I know that is just something that is really being drilled home to us with this new moon. So we really should take advantage. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to keep seeing videos from me, I would love it if you would subscribe to the channel. I post about every week, so trying to get more consistent with that. So thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a fantastic new moon, and don't be afraid to check out my other videos. All right.